What's up YouTube? So I am here today to show you how to fix a DJI Mini 2. I broke the wing on the Mini 2, as you can see here. I clipped a tree and it broke this wing off. So I ordered a new one, and today what I'm going to show you is how to replace it. So let's get started. First, what you want to do is you want to remove the battery out of the drone. The next thing you want to do is you want to remove the screws from the drone. So I'll just show you where the screws are on the drone. There's 2 screws here. There are 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4 screws here on the back of the drone. To get these clips out, you want to push in hard as you can, and then you'll hear it click. And now I will take my screwdriver here, just gently open it. There we go. See? That's how it looks. All right, so we want to remove the right arm of the drone, and we do that by disassembling this hinge here. So there's 2 screws that hold this hinge in place. To remove this hinge, you have to unscrew these 2 screws like you see here. And once they're unscrewed, just place them to the side there, and then turn the drone over onto its belly. Press on the hinge and it should pop right out. The next thing you want to do is we want to open up the back of the drone, and I'm just going to use, you really don't even need a screwdriver to do it. You can actually just do it with your hands. You just got to squeeze to detach these clips, and there you go. So now that's off. Next, there's 3 screws here. 1, 2, 3. You want to remove these 3 screws. Move that one. Move this one. If I can get the screwdriver in. Whoa, okay, hold on. All right, got it. And just pull it out nice and slow. Got it. And pull this one out. No, can't even hold on to the screwdriver. And pull this one out. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. And drop it over there. All right, next we want to just slowly pull this up. All right, and there we go. And take this off here. Disconnect that. And just slowly disconnect that. There we go. Now that that's disconnected, you can pull it out here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it back. Just move this out of the way so that we don't break it. There we go. Just move that over there. So don't forget to reconnect that. What we want to do is clip the wires from the board. As you see here, I was left with these 2 end pieces here, and you definitely want to clean this off before you try soldering anything to it. Use wire cutters to disconnect the wires from the actual board. And you can see here that the wires are actually soldered to the board. So if you just cut them, you can move them out of the way, and it just makes it easier for you to prepare to clean up this excess solder. So you definitely need to have a soldering tool, and I left a link in the description showing you the soldering tool that I used. You also want to invest in a soldering wick. They're pretty cheap. Soldering wick just cleans up the extra solder on the board. So when you heat up the area that you're trying to clean, if you have the soldering wick next to it, the solder just flows directly into the wick. So next, attach the new arm. So go ahead and check over the wires, make sure everything's okay. These wires actually came with solder on them, so that's really good, because when it's time for us to solder, it's going to make it really easy for us to attach these wires to the board. So run the wires through the hole and make sure they're secure when you make sure they're secure next to the board, just like you took them out. Just wedge them in there really tight, and then run that gray wire in that little hole, and then use the tweezers to pull it through to the other side and attach it to the bottom of the drone. So now we can just go ahead and reassemble the bottom part of the drone. Make sure that you add this circuit board cover back, and then make sure that you hear the little clicks when you're snapping this back in place. That just means that it's securely fastened to the drone. Next, what we're gonna do is soldering. So soldering is pretty self-explanatory. You probably need a helping hand. I used my girlfriend's helping hand here, and she held the wire on the connection while I soldered the wire to the board. And according to the YouTube video I watched, this is a pretty good solder, so I'll leave a link to that video in the descriptions below. Once all the components are soldered in place, now you can attach the hinge to secure the arm in place. So place the drone in this orientation here, and then place the hinge in the socket and press as firmly as possible until you hear a click. Once you hear that click, that means the hinge is secure, and you can go ahead and reattach the screws. So now go ahead and replace the top cover of the drone. Make sure it's secure. You should hear several clicks as you're replacing this top cover. Those clicks are basically verifications that it is secure in place. I'm just gonna add the propellers to the new arm by unscrewing them from the old arm here. And I'm super surprised these propellers didn't get absolutely obliterated given the fact that I destroyed this arm. So simply just screw these into the new arm using that Phillips head screwdriver. Just make sure they're really tight on there so that they don't come off when you turn the drone on. And just like that, voila, it's ready for a test flight. Go ahead and add the battery back in there, and let's check it out and see if it works. Okay, now it is time to test out my work and make sure that this arm does not fly off. Hopefully it doesn't. Again, thanks everyone for watching. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. Definitely will get back to you. And if this video helped any of you and you want to see more how-to videos like this, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And thanks again for watching, and I hope you guys have a safe next flight. Peace out.